What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. What a crazy game that was. That's the craziest game I've seen as a Chelsea fan. All my years supporting Chelsea, that's the craziest game I've seen. Chelsea managed to weather the storm literally and beat Benfica 4-1 to progress to the quarterfinals of the Club World Cup, despite having a 2-hour break due to poor weather conditions. It was chaotic. It was chaotic. The whole match was chaotic, from bad referee calls to the weather to, I mean, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. So let's unpack the chaos. So Maresca put out a strong squad. He went again with a 4-2-3-1 formation that has helped him so far. The only time he changed it against Flamengo, we lost, and so he still maintained that 4-2-3-1 formation. So he went with Sanchez at the back, Kowo Badiashile as a centre back pairing, Reece James on the right, Rella on as the left back, Lavia and Caicedo in the middle, Neto, Fernandes, and Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer was playing on the left wing, Neto on the right wing. Fernandes was playing just behind Delap in attack. So this, on paper, was very, very strong. I was a little bit worried about Badiashile and the Cole pairing against Benfica, but it turned out well. Badiashile was actually very solid in the game. The game started very strong for us. We were the ones dominating possession in the beginning, but the first half was very, very frustrating. Not because of something that we did wrong, but because of how good the Benfica defense and the goalkeeper were. We tried everything possible in the first half, and the goalkeeper was just outstanding. And I think he's somebody we should look at. Anatoly Trubin. He's somebody we should look at. He's someone we should really, really look at and see whether we can get into the team. His saves in the first half were fantastic. I think, granted, some of the shots that we took were directly at him, so it was easier for him to save, but still, he was the one keeping Benfica in the game the entire first half. And yes, Benfica too were also solid in the defense. They were really blocking our attacks. Kopama on the left wing was more effective than I've seen him in the entire competition. I think probably that is where we should be looking at playing him around. I prefer him being the number 10 role. I want him to grow in that number 10 role. But so far, I think since he dipped in form a little bit, that place has been a place where he has really impacted the game and he has really affected the game positively. And with this one, the first half, he was really, really doing well. He was putting balls in between the defense, trying to work his magic, taking players on. But the final shot, the final pass into the box was either stopped by the keeper or blocked by a Benfica defender. And the one defender, in particular, Silva, he was really, really good. I think he was their best player on the pitch today. There was a chance for Cucurella. Cucurella, first and foremost, this guy is improving by every match that we play. He's really, really improving, and he was able to cut in, beat his man, then curl it into the top right corner. It beat the keeper couldn't save it, and Silva was on the line to head it off. That was really impressive. He was the main thorn in our flesh in the first half. But yeah, so the first half went quiet, no incidents. The referee was beginning to get on my nerves in the first half. He got on my nerves more in the second half. But in the first half, it was creeping. He was calling some calls were totally Chelsea's, but he gave them to Benfica. Most of the 50-50 duels, most of the 50-50 challenges that he blew the whistle for, almost everything went to Benfica. There were some fouls that he was given for Benfica that didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense at all. And it continued into the game, and that man, he really needs to be relegated. His license has to be taken away from him, but because the way he officiated the game was so poor. I don't know whether it was something that came from above or he was the one doing it, but it was so poor. A lot was against us today. So the first half ended goalless, and yeah, we had to come up stronger in the second half. The second half had to be better. It really had to be better. And then yes, when we came back, we were stronger, we were better, we were attacking more. And we eventually got our goal in the 64th minute from a Reece James free kick, a fantastic free kick from Reece James, and it completely beat the keeper at his near post. The keeper thought he was going to cross it in, and people were also saying that the wall could have been better, the Benfica wall could have been better. There was just one person standing there. But Reece James, as accurate as he is, as clinical as he is when it comes to free kick, this kind of process, he is special. He is special. When healthy, he is special. We just need to keep him fit the remainder of the competition and for the next season too as well. Because when he's fit, he's the best, in my opinion, he's the best right back in the world when he's fit. When he's not around and he's half fit, that is when other players get the shine over him. But that goal was fantastic. It was special. After that, it seemed like Chelsea was in full control of the game. Benfica now opened up because they were barely attacking in the entirety of the game. They were barely attacking. They got chances here and there, but they were barely attacking. There was one chance in the first half where Sanchez almost got lacking. I think he also was expecting a cross to come in, and the cross went towards goal, so he had to readjust himself quickly and stop the ball from going in, which was very good from him. So kudos to Sanchez for that. But apart from that, they really didn't get any major chance in the first half. The second half, though, after our goal, then they started attacking, they started pressing more, and they were getting chance after chance, multiple chances actually. It seemed like we went to sleep and they were the ones beginning to attack. I think the strategy changed from us pressing to defending now. It switched. It looked like the game was going to end with a 1 goal lead and we're going to win with a 1 goal lead until the 85th minute. The 85th minute where 85th minute. I'm not even joking about that. 85th, it was close to the 86th minute. So there were 4 minutes left for the game to end. And suddenly they said, the referee said that he has got an alert or something. Somebody's telling him in his ear that the weather conditions have become bad and there were lightning strikes about 9 miles away from the stadium. So the game had to be paused and the fans were evacuated from the stands. The players also had to return to the dressing room. Apparently, anytime lightning struck 9.5 miles away, they added 30 extra minutes to the pause. So it ended up being 2 hours. 2 hours. A 2-hour long pause just for us to come back to play 5 minutes. It didn't make sense to me. And the players were angry, rightfully so. The Chelsea players especially, they were angry. The Benfica players, they were not really complaining like that because they were trailing by a goal to nil, so they could take all the time they wanted. But we had our momentum going and they just cut it short by that pause. And yeah, when we came back from the break, just before the full-time whistle, the referee gave Benfica a penalty, a bogus penalty in my opinion. The free kick even leading to that foul was bogus. It wasn't supposed to be given as a foul. It wasn't a foul. The referee gave the free kick. One of the Benfica players headed it and it hit Gusto. Gusto had no idea that ball was even coming towards him. He was looking away from the ball. So if he was looking away from the ball, how could he have intentionally handballed that? Just don't know. The referee gave a penalty. And then Di Maria, of course, Di Maria is not going to miss that. Di Maria scored and it became 1-1. So we had to go into extra time. This is where I had it with the referee because he was just so annoying. First of all, it was his call to pause the match and go and wait until the weather passed. It was his call. So he paused the match. He could have told them that it's left with 5 minutes. Don't add any additional time. Let's play the 5 minutes out and then we go home. Simple as that. The lightning was nowhere near the stadium. I know it's a hazard, but it was nowhere near the stadium. The time that you used to evacuate the stands, the fans from the stadium, and the players from the stadium, that time was even more than 5 minutes. So you could have used that particular time to finish the game.
Simples.
He wanted the game to pause because he's the referee and he wanted to stamp his authority. Egomaniac. But we are Chelsea. And you don't mess with us. You don't mess with us. We always come on top when it comes with this kind of injustices. Like, look at our history. Anytime there's an injustice against us, we end up having the last laugh. And today we did. In the first half of extra time, Benfica had a red card, rightfully so. The second yellow card received by Gianluca Prestiani. I hope I'm pronouncing it well. Yeah, he made 2. He came from the bench and he made 2 awful tackles, I think both in the first half of extra time. So he was sent off and it did make things a little bit easier for us because in the second half of extra time we got our goal from Nkunku. I thought Nkunku had missed it. A cross came in from Caicedo. I think it was a shot. Caicedo took a shot at goal from the left hand side of the box and the keeper saved it properly. He pushed the ball into the path of Nkunku and Otamendi was able to clear that ball from reaching Nkunku's feet. And he, in the process, he tackled Nkunku. And then Nkunku was very, very quick to get up and then hit the ball into the roof of the net. And that was 2-1. At that point, I was confident that we could see it through because they were a man down, a goal down. We added 2 more goals. And they were very similar. Because of the man that they were missing at the back. They were pressing, they gave up on their defense, and Neto firstly found a way behind their defense, moved towards the goal, and beat the keeper beautifully. Goal number three. And then similarly, Dewsbury Hall too got the chance and did the same thing. He also found a way in behind the defense and drove into the box and beat the keeper too as well. And I think it was in a similar fashion. Just the Neto came from the right side and then Dewsbury Hall was dead center. And then we won the game by 4 goals to 1. Don't mess with us. So this win means that we are going to face Palmeiras in the next stage of the competition. Yeah, Palmeiras beat Botafogo. Palmeiras beat Botafogo 1-0 in the opening match of the round 16 stage. And yeah, I mean, their game was also very, very interesting. I think Palmeiras scored in extra time as well. So it's going to be interesting because I watched a little bit, I watched their highlights, and both of them were very solid teams. And we've not really had good luck when it comes to facing Brazilian teams. I hope it ends with Palmeiras. But the unfortunate thing is that we will not have Caicedo against Palmeiras. He got a yellow card in this game, which rules him out of the game against Palmeiras. So I'm sure Maresca will go with Enzo Fernandez and Lavia in the middle. So yeah, looking forward to that game. I hope we beat Palmeiras too as well and qualify for the semifinals. Yeah, so that's been it for my review. What do you think about the game? What do you think about the pause? What do you think about the referee? What do you think about the goals? I mean, let me know everything in the comment section down below. I mean, it's now 2 a.m. and I'm here recording the video for Chelsea. A game that started at 8 p.m. and ended around 1:30 a.m. GMT. I think this is the longest Chelsea game ever. The duration between the two goals that we scored, the first two goals that we scored, I think was 2 hours and 27 minutes. That's crazy. If you've not subscribed yet, kindly subscribe, give the video a like if you enjoyed it this far. And yeah, thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, stay safe.